Active and passive, guys. Here we go. Let's take a look at this sentence. I love to use this sentence. I love to use the word love. That's kind of redundant with passive sentences because it kind of helps you get the feeling of being helpless. So here's the first sentence in English. We'll do it first, then we'll go into Latin. Henry loves Matilda. He likes the way she organizes raiding parties at recess. Who's performing the action here? Henry is. He's in charge of the sentence. What's Matilda got to do with it? Nothing. Henry loves her even if she organizes raiding parties at recess, and there's nothing that she can do about that. She can make herself hideous, I suppose, or make herself obnoxious maybe, so that Henry doesn't love her anymore, but maybe Henry sees past all that and he sees the inner beauty of Matilda the Hun and he loves her anyway. She can't stop him. She receives the action. Henry's the subject, he's performing the action, love is the action, Matilda receives the action. She's the direct object. Now, to make that active sentence passive, we take the direct object and we make it the subject, make her, the subject of the sentence. So Matilda, okay? Matilda, now we have to add a few things. We talked about this in the lesson to make this sentence work. Matilda is loved. We've had to add a helping verb here. By, have to add a preposition here, and then Henry. Matilda is loved by Henry. So it's a little bit of a longer sentence. It's not as clear and as tight as an active sentence. Henry loves Matilda, 3 words. Henry is loved by Matilda, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. Yeah, 5 words. So it's a little different. Now let's take a look at how this works in Latin. In this sentence, Julius amat Corneliam. Cornelia, common Roman name, so I threw her in there. Julius, common Roman name. Julius loves Cornelia. Now notice that Cornelia is in the direct object accusative case, right? She receives the action, and you can tell by looking at the end of her name there. It should be Cornelia, not Corneliam. Well, she's receiving the action. She's the direct object. She's in the accusative case, so it ends with an M. Julius amat Corneliam. To make this passive, let's make Cornelia the subject of the sentence. Now when Cornelia is the subject of the sentence, she's going to be in the nominative case. So we're going to get rid of the M and leave Cornelia alone as her, put her name back to where it was as her parents originally intended it to be. And now we have Cornelia in the nominative case. She's the subject of the sentence. Cornelia mater, she is loved. She's still receiving the action, even though she's the subject of the sentence. But that's because the sentence is passive. Cornelia mater, she is loved. We have to add the preposition by, and we have to add Julius, who she's loved by. She's loved by Julius. But look what happened to Julius. Since we use the preposition a, what happens when you use the preposition a, by? It pushes the next word into what case? The ablative case. Cornelia amater a Julio. It's not Julius, it's Julio. Cornelia is loved by Julius. Julius videt Corneliam. Julius sees Cornelia. Julius is the subject, videt is the verb, Cornelia is the direct object. Let's make this sentence passive. This is an active sentence. Let's make it passive by taking the direct object and making it the subject of the sentence. So, now that Corneliam, accusative, is the nominative, we drop the N and change her name back to Cornelia, nominative case. Cornelia amater, Cornelia is loved by Julius. Let's say Cornelia doesn't want to be, nope. You know what, guys? That's supposed to be videtur because we were changing an active sentence into passive sentence. So pretend it's videtur. Now, guys, what can Cornelia do about it? Not really much. Julius sees her, he's watching her, he's looking at her. She might not even know he's in the forum or across the forum eating lunch and watching her as she buys apples or pears or animal furs. What? No, that's not what we're talking about right now. What she's buying. I don't care about her shopping list. Why am I off on that? Okay, look. Something is still happening to her. She's still receiving the action even though she's in charge of the sentence. She's the subject of the sentence. Cornelia videtur a Julio. Julius defendit Corneliam. Something happens in the forum. Julius jumps up and helps her out. Julius defendit Corneliam. Julius is performing the action. He's defending her, and he's defending the direct object, Cornelia. Make it this sentence passive. We change the direct object into the nominative. Cornelia defenditur a Julio. I want to go over this more, so I'm going to put up some more sentences. All right. Julius audit Corneliam. By the way, all passive sentences in Latin have the word Cornelia in them. All of them. Teasing. That's dumb. It's not true. Okay, stop fooling around. We got a lot of work to do here. Julius audit Corneliam. Julius hears Cornelia. All right? Accusative case. Let's make this sentence passive. We take the direct object and change it into nominative. Cornelia auditur a Julio. Cornelia is heard by Julius. All right, let's get Cornelia out of the sentences for a little while. I really was teasing. Puer portat sacum. The boy carries, portat, that's where we get portable, important, and porta potty. Anyway, puer portat sacum. The boy carries the sack. Sacus is sack, but in the accusative, it's sacum. It's receiving the action, the boy's carrying it. This is an active sentence. To change it to passive, we make the direct object the subject and change it back to the nominative. Sacus portatur a puero. Sacus portatur a puero. Puella portat librum. The girl carries a book. To make this passive, we turn the accusative librum into the nominative liber. Direct object becomes the subject. Liber portatur a puella. The book is carried a puella, by the girl. Lupi habent caudas. Wolves have tails. Change the direct object into the nominative. This is plural, so this also has to stay plural. Caudae, tails, are had, habentur, that's plural, take a look at that. Caudae habentur a lupi. Tails are had by wolves. That sentence doesn't really work. Some sentences only sound good in the active. You can use the passive, by the way, to try to get away with things. So you might say to your mom, oh man, I drew on your painting. Or you could also say, and slightly defend yourself, Mom, your painting was drawn on. That's passive. However, your mom's too smart. She'll want to know by whom. And then you're in trouble, so don't even try. That's passive, guys. That's it in Latin with a little bit of an explanation in English. Go practice on the worksheet, and I'll see you next time.